A loved enemy is no enemy. When Abraham Lincoln ran for President of the United States, his bitter opponent was Edwin Stanton. Stanton attacked him personally. Such an awkward, ignorant, boorish hayseed is not fit to be our president. But Lincoln was elected president. He nominated Edwin Stanton to be his Secretary of War. His advisers asked if he knew what Stanton was saying about him. "I know all about it," Lincoln said, "but Stanton is the best man for the job. He has been my opponent, but I will not let him be my enemy." The most revolutionary commandment of Christianity is to love our enemy. No other religion has anything remotely like it. Some religions even bless vengeance on one's enemies. But the gospel says, love your enemies and do good to those who hate you. That goes against every natural instinct that we have. So it is only normal to wonder about this commandment. Why would anyone do good to those who hate them? The gospel offers this reason. Then you will be children of God, for he himself is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. If we love our enemies, we behave as God behaves. But then one might ask further, why is God good to the ungrateful and loving to the wicked? In the book of Wisdom, God explains that he loves the wicked to turn their hearts from destruction and their malice to mercy. Here, Christianity is surprisingly practical. We are to love our enemies because such love has the power to free our enemies from their hatred and vengeance. In fact, it is the only thing that can. Returning their hatred with hatred only escalates the war. Ignoring them entrenches a cold war. But when I love my enemy, I not only lay down my own arms, I disarm my opponent. He no longer has an enemy. He can only fight with his own conscience. The personal application of this gospel is not about national politics or international war. It is about our own personal conflicts. Married partners, for example, have been called the intimate enemy. When spouses having a fallout, one small misunderstanding distorts everything. My brother told me that when he and his wife have a little dispute, the first inclination is to distance yourself from each other. Go work in the yard, get out of the house, go on an errand, anything to get away from the intimate enemy. But he forces himself to stay close to his wife. In the same room, help with the dishes, sit next to her on the sofa. There is a message in that. They have to live in peace. That is how he loves the intimate enemy. may not work for everyone, but it works for him most of the time. Enemy may seem like a strange term for children, except when we watch children fight among themselves, or when parents deal with a rebellious teenager, or when adult children are estranged from their parents. Love your enemy is the only effective way to disarm these intimate enemies. Often my neighbor is my enemy and we are at a cold war. With such an intimate enemy, old wounds are not easily healed. Often it is awkward to find the right words to repair such rifts. The Gospel suggests that an act of kindness will break the ice of mistrust. When that neighbor is in need of a helping hand, that opportunity to so love your enemy should not be missed. Abraham Lincoln appointed his opponent, Edwin Stanton, as Secretary of War. If Abraham Lincoln had returned Stanton's vengeance, Stanton would have remained his bitter enemy. But Lincoln disarmed Stanton. When Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, Edwin Stanton offered one of the most memorable tributes to Lincoln. Stanton said, "Now he belongs to the ages."